previous lesson showed the use of the toUpper and toFunction, but these only work for character type data. And as you know by now, in the C language, there is a big difference between how character data and string data is handled. This program, Demo 18, will demonstrate the use of two such functions that are designed specifically to work with strings as opposed to character data. This program will declare and initialize a string called student ID to a length of 7. It will accept 6 characters plus the null terminator. It will then prompt from input from the user, and then will accept that data from the user. It will then perform a comparison. The if statement will compare the student ID to the string data ABC123. If these are equal, that is, the student ID is equal to ABC123, then I will receive the message ID found. If the strings are unequal, then the invalid ID message will be displayed. Let's first run this program and then we'll examine the code. Entering all uppercase ABC123, you'll notice I do receive the message ID found. If I execute the program once again, but this time enter lowercase ABC123, I receive the invalid ID message. So as you can see, this is performing case-sensitive comparisons. That is because I'm using the strcmp, which stands for string compare function. And this is a case-sensitive function. There is a counterpart to this called string ignore compare, which is a case-insensitive function. We will discuss this shortly. First, however, let's understand how the string compare operates. It has two strings, the student ID, which is inputted by the user, and is comparing it to the string which I've placed in quotation marks. You'll notice that this function is being compared to the value 0. This is how the string compare function works, and for that matter, how the string ignore compare function works. It compares string 1, which in our case is student ID, to string 2. If they are equal, then the value 0 is returned, and therefore can be compared to see if it is equal to 0. So if the 0 is returned, that means that the comparison is true. If, however, string 1 is less than string 2, the function returns the value -1. And if the string 1 is greater than string 2, then the function returns the value number 1. So you can use this function to determine if something is equal to, but you can also determine if something is less than or greater than when using strings. You should also note that lowercase letters are considered greater than the uppercase letters. As we saw from the first run, it makes a distinction between uppercase and lowercase. If I insert an I into function and now make this string ignore compare, this says ignore the case and perform the evaluation. Notice I still am using the number 0 to determine if the strings are equal. I'll recompile the program and then execute. And this time I'll type in ABC123 and I get the message ID found. Likewise, if I type in uppercase ABC, I receive the message ID found. So now the program is working for either uppercase or lowercase with respect to the letters of the alphabet. You should further experiment with the string compare and string ignore compare function. Remember, if the string on the first string is equal to the second string, then the number 0 is returned. So therefore you can use the number 0 in the if statement to determine if the strings are indeed equal. This complete program is Demo 18 on your CD.